Good morning, my beauties. How is everyone this morning? I'm using my laptop this morning, which is a little different for me doing a Facebook Live. So let me know how you're all going. And while we're just seeing who's going to jump on, I'm just going to put the link on here that I have promised you in the comments above. Let's just make sure we get the right one for some events that are coming up that I wanted to make sure that you all knew about. So let's just put that on there, make sure that is the right one. I think it is. It's not coming up with a link, but let's just see. So let me know if you are jumping on and watching us this morning. We're going to share a little bit about some events coming up, but also the importance of connecting to source. You know, the importance of not just relying on your humanness and your finite human resources in getting by in the world, you know, just the food that you put in and, you know, the energy that you might get from doing exercise. There's something more, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. So let me know if you're watching. We've got a few jumping on here now, and unfortunately when I'm on my laptop doing the lives, I don't get to see who that is. So give me a little hi in the comments and I can say hello to you back. When I'm on my phone, I get to see who comes up, and unfortunately on my laptop this morning I don't get to see that. So give me a little hi and let me know where you're at. If I don't know you, you know, where you're watching from. I'll just see if we've got any other comments coming up here. No one brave enough to let me know yet. So we're talking about if you were a tree or you had a plant. So we've got Enid. Good morning, Enid. Where are you watching from this morning? Hey, Enid, where are you watching from? So everyone's starting to get back into a working week. And Michelle Doherty, where are you watching from, Michelle? Let us know. We've got some people in the city, we might have some people interstate to overseas. So let us know where you're watching from. And whether you are safe, whether you've been in one of the drought or fire affected areas. Very, very blessed here on beautiful Bribie Island to have not had any fire. Clontarf, not too far away, just over the water. So I think you've been pretty safe as well. Yeah, I know there's been so many areas that have been in drought, and one of the events actually that we're having on Monday, if anyone's not a Radiant Femme yet, before we get into the content of today, if anyone has not yet joined the Radiant Femmes movement, it's a beautiful group of women who are creating change. We have a meetup group and a Facebook group, so come and check us out. We are going to be collecting money for drought-affected victims or people struggling in that area, for bushfire-affected animals and those helping in those areas, and for the fireys. So we're going to be collecting money for that. We're meeting on Monday, 6:30. So check out my page, check out the Radiant Femmes movement for info on that. We're also collecting sort of consumables, particularly toiletries, hats, sunscreen, toothpaste, all those kind of things to send to people that have been displaced from their homes. We are also collecting soft fabrics so that we can, we have someone in the area who is creating little pouches for all the injured animals and for the carers. So if you feel like coming to join us at the Radiant Femmes movement, I'm going to be sharing my secrets to success and a steady growth path over the years so we can launch everyone into 2020. And we're also going to be collecting these things for those that have been in the bushfires or been displaced from those areas and for the injured animals. So come along and bring those goodies with us and we can get them out to where they are so, so sorely needed. And good morning, Sue, and good morning, Glennis. Let us know where you are from. So I know Sue up on the beautiful hill up at lovely Allura Maya, a very gorgeous, gorgeous retreat centre up in Wimmera. I've got Sue and Glennis here. So let's get stuck into a little bit of this topic. A very quick one today. If you were a tree and you had a choice, would you plant yourself in rich, fertile soil next to a river, a spring-fed river so it never runs out, or would you choose to plant yourself in a desert? Now, I know that I would plant myself by the river. Yeah, if you were a tree, and any tree by the river, it is getting replenished with nourishment. It's getting replenished constantly every time it uses up those resources, it just gets instantly replenished from that deep fertile soil of many years of, you know, breaking down and humus and all the rest of it, and the spring-fed water. And yet, as human beings, we tend to rely on our humanness, which is like putting ourselves out in the desert, when we are so much more than that. And looking into the question of asking, well, who am I if I'm not just my body, I'm not just my mind, I'm not just this finite energy that is going to, let's face it, die? Is there something more than that? And I believe that there is. And I know that when I connect into that source, like the spring-fed river, I have an infinite source of energy. Yes, I still need to sleep, but my energy isn't depleted. And back many years ago, and Sue can contest to this because I've run many retreats at Sue's beautiful Allura Maya, and she can probably remember back in the beginning, I used to get quite exhausted, or she might not have seen the fallout weeks later. I would be exhausted after running, say, a weekend retreat. But now, having really mastered this ability to stay in my center, in my feminine presence, and understand more about how to contain my energy, and also how I interact and let other people's energy and my energy change in interaction with others. Now that I've mastered that far, far, far better, I don't get so depleted from running big events, many events, and doing lots of different things. And, you know, people often say to me, I don't know how you do what you do. How do you go from one event to the next? How do you, you know, run a family? How do you do the travel and, you know, stay energized? And there's no magical answer. It is around connecting to something greater than myself, and not just here in the esoteric realm, which is where I used to play, right? More in that meditation space, coming more a little outside of myself, really into that more expansive third eye space. That's an amazing space to be in. But I have found that anchoring the center of my presence deep in, back and down in my pelvis, and for women, this we call this womb space, is where the seat of the source of energy is. That is where we can take our roots then down through the ground into the grounded space, but we hold that energy in that slightly next level up in the sacral area in womb space. And for men, it's just a little higher. It's still that same space, in and back and down in the body. And this is embodied work, being in the body. Our spirit, our energy, source energy is not outside of ourselves. It is within us. It's not something separate. It's not out here that we have to escape ourselves to connect with. It is in here. It is back and down. We are connected. And this is really the practice of yoga, is this connection and melding of spirit and matter, the connecting of the upper energy centers to the lower energy centers. And I feel very much, unfortunately, particularly in the yoga world, that it gets a little missed. There's the asana, the physical part, and we focus on the physical body. And then there's the meditation where we're sort of coming up and out of ourselves, and we need to connect the two. And that's the essence of the work that I do, whether it's at my yoga classes, whether it's in my year-long inner circle, be a beacon program. But what I have for you is our signature program, our half-day event, where I teach these fundamental practices of rooting and sitting in source, in center, in your source, where you get to access that place of safety, the place of infinite energy, and it is also very much a space of truth. And the beauty is when you learn to master residing in this space, so many things happen instantly. And we see this instantly at all our events. You can see it, you can feel it, it is palpable, and the connections between other people are very different. So you are seen and heard in a more powerful way when you are in your center. You feel instantly more calm, more peaceful, and have a more positive outlook on the world. When you are in your center, you are less affected by other people's energy. So if they're all out all over the place, you can still hold your center. Now, this is not easy to master, but instantly you can see the difference. When you go out in the world, it can be challenging to hold that, and we teach other ways of being able to hold that and to, you know, dissolve parts of you, whether it's beliefs, whether it's different aspects of your energy, different mindset reasons that pull you out of center all the time. So we have different ways of building your capacity to be able to hold center, hold energy. But at the half day, we teach you this invaluable tool, which is at the foundation of everything else that I teach. So women that come along to this say, oh my gosh, I wish I had known this years ago. Every woman needs to know this. They get instant change, instant results. And many of them that go away and practice see instant changes, particularly in their relationships at home. And if you master this, you will be able to manage your energy and stress with far more ease. I am the busiest that I have probably ever been. I'm certainly holding a much bigger business and running many events, speaking, traveling overseas with our work now than I have ever done. And I am in a much better place than I have ever been. Yeah. So you will be seen in a more powerful way and heard in a more powerful way. So if you are someone who has a message, whether that's in your family or whether that is in your business, and you want to be heard in a powerful way without feeling like you're trying to persuade people, and if you want to feel the confidence, the self-confidence, the fear is going to still be there, but if you want to feel the self-confidence to be able to take those steps and put yourselves out there and create that change, then this work is absolutely invaluable for you. So I would love you to join us. It's powerful, potent work for women, and it is time, ladies, it is time. And we are running these all over the state, interstate this year. We're just booking in all our dates ahead, but we have one coming up on Bribie Island, January the 21st, Brisbane, February the 18th. There will be Gold Coast later in the year, Townsville, different states. So the link on here that I've just put at the top right now, which I will double check when I jump off, is the right link, because it doesn't seem to be coming up with the full bit of info, but it looks right, so I'll check that. It is https://bwb.gr8.com, and you can come and join us. It is only $47, an absolute steal for 3 hours of jam-packed content, and you will see instant changes in me as I demonstrate, and in yourselves and each other as you practice these tangible embodied skills that you can take away. This is some of our best work, the foundation of the rest of what we teach, and we're giving it to you for just that $47. Plus you get to bring a friend for free, because community is so important to me, and it is so important to women, and we need to open up this conversation around how we hold our presence, how we communicate, and how some women compete, you know. We want to, let's obliterate that, let's dissolve some of that competition and just inspire each other. So you get to bring a friend along for free so that you can continue this conversation, so you can practice together, so you can keep that discussion open and share it with your friends. So I would absolutely love to see you there. If you have any questions at all, comment below or PM me. And yeah, I would love to see you at one of these events. And remember, if you aren't a Radiant Femmes movement member yet either, then jump on to the Facebook group, Radiant Femmes Movement, and come and join us on Monday, first one of the year, and we're going to be donating to the Fireys and to anyone who's struggled with that. So we've got half-day event here. Check out the link below and check out the Radiant Femmes Movement if you're local to this area and would love to be networking and connecting with other women who are wanting to create positive change. So I'd love to see you at one of those, and have a fantastic day, everyone. Blessings to you all.